Hey, good morning. Jason Smith from Just Grinding. How are you doing today? I'm here in the kitchen. We're going to talk a little bit about creating your breakfast, your smoothie in the morning. It can be your recovery drink, or it can be your refuel or your fuel for your workout. The ingredients that we use are all organic and produce and some roots. We use some organic protein powder. You can use whey. We use a vegan. It doesn't matter. Either way, whatever your preference is. If I'm using a whey protein, I would look at how it's processed. I would do it like a non-GMO, non-antibiotic, cleaner way. We use a vanilla protein, which adds to the flavor. You can use a non-tasting. Now, if you want to go chocolate or if you want to go strawberry in your whey, go ahead. I prefer not, because it just kind of it changes the taste of it a little bit for us. But what's important is the organic and conventional. And this is a talk for another day, but we'll talk about that, why organic is important. But we use all organic and basic. Cut it up, put it in a blender, and enjoy. So. Takes about maybe 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes of your day to prepare it and to clean it up. And you can make a couple during the one day and use it for the next couple days. So depending on your deal. Now, in my recipes, I talk about a 12-ounce serving, one. I'm making it for 3 today. We typically have, when I make it, I typically have 8 to 15, maybe 10 to 15 different servings of different fruits and vegetables. I typically only use a green apple for fruit, for a little bit of flavor, a little bit of sugar in there. The green apple typically has about 20 grams of sugar. Sugar though, okay? I'm not going to get in this sugar deal. Fruit is sugar, but it's good fruit. Good sugar, I don't want to say good sugar, but the fruit provides you an incredible amount of dense nutrients as well, so you're getting a huge upside, as opposed to the sugar in the fruit is the same as the sugar in the Oreos, but the sugar in the fruit's better because the piece of fruit's better for you. Okay, so that's the difference there. Take a look at this. This is my Mega Green smoothie. I use it as my breakfast. I also use it as my post-recovery drink. So we put a lot of protein in there. You typically can have about 20 grams of protein per about 4 to 5 hours in the day. That's how long it takes your body to digest it. I say 20 because that's a rule of thumb. I don't want to go rule of thumb here, but typically humans 15 to 30 is about the maximum you can digest in a 4 to 5 hour period. So put your protein out during the day, but this is a great way to get your 20 grams of protein in right away. And we use it as a breakfast. It gets us up and going, and we don't have to go and eat as many vitamins, because we're eating actually vitamins that are coming from food. So instead of putting supplements in, now there's some supplements that you do need, and we'll talk about those as well, but what we provide here in the smoothie is a great nutrient-dense meal that is providing us all with the vitamins, trace minerals, electrolytes. We don't have to go to the processed sports drinks anymore. This is the best rehydrator that you can get. I also use a filtered water system. I don't go water out of the tap. What you have right now in your preparation, and as you slowly get into this, there's little things that you can ratchet up that can make your smoothie much more what's the word? I don't want to say clean, but less toxic. So here we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my Blendtec blender. This thing is a bad boy. I mean, this thing blends. I've gone through one already. Sent it to them. They sent me a new one back. So Blendtec. If you have to get a blender, go for it. We do also use a Vitamix, so it depends on what you want. Okay. So blender, we fill it with water. Okay, here are some ingredients. Okay, we go with romaine, fresh organic romaine, celery, Put celery in there, cucumber, green apple. I put my ginger root and my turmeric root in there. I got my kale. I have my spinach, and then my organic protein. Okay. This is a plant-based protein. This is a really good protein. If you want to go away, go ahead and go away. That's all good. And parsley. I put parsley in there. The first thing I do is I take my blender and I'm going to fill it up with water. I go about 28 fluid ounces. Alright, Bobby Boucher, time to get jealous. This is my Berkey water filtration system, and I fill this up with 3 gallons of tap water. And the filter's so good on this that it's going to filter out all the heavy metals, toxins, pesticides, and fertilizers that are in my tap water that now I can get great drinking water from. Because I'm making 3. So if you're making 1, probably 12. But since I am cooking for 3, we go with about 28. Alright? Next thing I do is I do a little preparation. I take my knife and I'm going to cut up my cubes and my celery. Just little chops. Little chops. Put the celery back in. Now here's the beauty thing about all this too, is my dog sits there right by my side because I give him all these veggies and he loves them. He loves them, he loves them. Alright, now with my apple, I cut out the seed. Alright, so corn and apple, very simple. Just cut it in 4, like that. Alright. Some have seeds, some don't. Okay. But I can use the rest of the apple. Cut out the seeds and I give the core without the seeds in it to my dog. Once again, he loves it. I just pull the seeds out, and it's his breakfast too. This is his favorite time of the day. So we're just chopping up apples, celery, and cucumbers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick rinse on them. We use an organic vegetable wash. My wife's also created her own home non-toxic, non-evasive cleaning product, and we can use some of that as well. If you don't have any veggie wash or non-toxic concoctions that your wife made, you can actually use apple cider vinegar. That's really good at cleaning produce. So you just soak it in a little bit, or just dump it on like a salad. You know, you're using it like a salad dressing. Okay. Chop up my celery. Now, my dog eats this stuff. He might be different, but I'm assuming that the dog will tell you whether he likes it or not. Okay, so I got my apples, my celery, and my cukes all chopped up. Okay, take my kale. Alright, kale comes like this. This is just like a regular green kale. Now there's Laciano kale, which they call dinosaur kale, which is kind of more mangled. But all I do is de-spine it. So I take the spine, I grab it, and I just pull it off like this so I get the whole spine. So I'm just grabbing the kale. Now, you can juice this. It's okay to juice it. It's fine to juice it. But it really clogs up the blender, and my dog really likes this, so I give it to my dog as well. Alright, so I take my kale and I put it in my strainer. I got my organic lettuce, so this is romaine. I just break it up. I take about 1 to 2 pieces of kale, and I take 3 to 4 pieces of romaine, and I put it in there. Alright. And then my parsley, I put it in there, and then I take my spray in a strainer, and I just spray it. Alright, and then I toss it, like you would a salad. Okay, this is cleaning veggies, green leafy veggies. There's about 5 or 6 servings in there right now, just green leafy veggies. Okay, it's not to mention the apple and the cucumber and the celery. All right, and then what I do is I just take a little bit of water over here, right here, and I just run it over it and rinse it. So I rinse it. Voila. A couple seconds trying to get the water out of there. Okay. Alright. Oh. Forgot my spinach. You can either get fresh grown, you can get that, or a handful of spinach here. This is about a serving or so. Organic spinach as well. A little more. Now, depending on your taste buds, and a little more spray. So you just kind of toss it like a salad. Taste buds, you can add or remove things. Green leafy vegetables or green leafy vegetables, but I like to add different ones in there because it adds a nice consistency and a taste. Okay, now you're thinking, this is crazy. Actually, when I first started doing this, I thought it was crazy too, but I found the incredible amount of energy that I got, and after a while, after about 6 weeks of doing this or so, built up my immune system because I was getting all my vitamins and minerals and nutrients from my food. Okay? Alright, so we have, let's see what we have. We have our spinach, our kale, our romaine, we have our parsley, we have our apples, we have our cucumbers. I'm going to take my turmeric and my ginger. We'll cut about a nickel size off, or maybe a dime size off here, like that. Alright, and then I'll just use that cut of ginger there. It adds to the flavor of it, to the recipe. So just kind of dice it a little bit. You don't have to do this, you can throw it in your blender. I just find that the more I chop it up, the more it blends. I'd rather do it myself than take the blender. Let's see if a blender can do it, but that's just my personal preference. Now you can use one or the other, I use both. I go overboard a little bit, but okay, now ginger and turmeric are roots and they're very fibrous. Okay, so in order to save your blender more and more and more, I do my own little dicing. So the turmeric and the ginger go in, my apples and cucumbers are going in to my mix. Alright. Okay, now it's starting to look a little bit like that. Okay. I take my strained veggies, greens. Okay. And I add them. Alright, just push it in there. Now the blender is designed to blend. And I don't know if they actually designed the blend tech to blend 3 servings of my smoothie juice, my green smoothie, or not. But I push it in there, I squeeze it down. Okay, now I'll take my protein source, whatever you use, your whey, your vegan. This is organic plant protein, grain-free, USA organic, non-GMO verified, smooth vanilla from Garden of Life. You can either go vanilla or you can go non-flavored. Chocolate or strawberry tends to add to an interesting flavor, so we just go vanilla because it's bland. It mixes well with it. And I put in, I recommend 20 grams of smoothie per serving. So I just put in my ample amount of protein there, and then I take ice. I got ice in a little cup here, And I'm just going to pour the ice on the top. Okay, voila. And that's how you make it. And then typically on your blender, whether you have a Vitamix or you have a Blendtec like I do, or even the Ninja, or just a standard blender, they have different grades. If you have a whole juice, use that. If you have a smoothie button, use that. What you want is a slower churn in the beginning, and then as it churns it up, you get it broken down a little bit, and then speed it up a little bit, and that will actually, so you go and you don't want to kill the nutrients and spin it up like that. You want to slowly grind it, and then as it's ground up, so your blender isn't working as hard, then you can turn it up to really fine-tune the smoothie aspect of it. Now, I'd rather smoothie than juice, because the smoothie actually keeps all the fiber and all the vegetable and all the produce together. Juicing is just taking the juice out of it, and you're getting the nutrients as well. But for me, I'd rather have the fibrous smoothie aspect of it as opposed to a juice. So I whole juice it, and I'm going to put you on pause while I juice it, because it's going to take about 45 to 50 seconds. Okay, great. You just blend it all up. Okay, I got my 3 mason jars out here. I use mason jars because you can put a cap on them and keep them for later. You can store them. I wouldn't suggest going longer than 72 hours on a juice or a smoothie. Nutrients are typically going to lose their appeal after that. They're going to burn off about 72 hours if you keep it airtight. So then I take my delicious breakfast meal. Now, this is a meal replacement. This is a pre-workout. This is a post-workout because of the protein. Now, there's a ton of amino acids in here. There's vitamins and minerals, calcium, magnesium. All of that is needed to make your day, to give you energy, to give your body fuel. Okay, and I just divvy it up. And I've created my green smoothie. This is my breakfast. This is my recovery drink. This is my fuel for the day. And I don't want to say it's simple, but once you get the process down, you just prepare it very simply. The only cleanup is, rinsing your blender, putting all the produce back, and that's it. So here's to you. Here's to your health today. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, great. Now this is my cleanup. I drank mine, my smoothie. I just put a lid on this one. That's why I use mason jars. Right? I lid these up. Just clean this up. You just rinse it out. Okay? Now I have 2 more later for my children when they get up. So my blender's right there, and my strainer, and my knife. So this is my cleanup as well. We use all organic products, all organic produce, and you can get those at your local grocery store or your farmer's market, and simply make a delicious, nutrient-dense smoothie that starts your day. This could be your breakfast. This could be your fuel for your workout, or this could be your recovery drink, meal replacement during the day. Okay, whatever it is. So if you're like me and you're not giving this to if you're not like me and you're not giving to this kid, you have a breakfast kind of deal, you have a lunch or a snack and another snack, so it can really help you provide like a meal replacement during the day. I just want to thank you for coming out, joining my blog. If you have any questions, you can email me at jason@justgrinding.com, and if you need help shopping or creating a smoothie recipe, let me know. Love to help. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace.